Music is so good. Oh, I'm so excited to ditch this robe. Oh, we haven't been in the Moon Kingdom for a while. Enjoy your nap, Spin Master. No, it's been a while since we've been on the moon. We're in the past right now. I just realized my staff changed. Upgraded at some point. Got better gear. I know I didn't have to wear the robe, but like while I'm here, I feel like I should. I'm trying to respect their culture and wearing the robe. Even though I'm not wearing the hood, but they ain't wearing the hoods either. You can still see like my rings and my gloves. When I run, you can see like my shoes and my staff, my necklace. So. The robe's dye will dye like hot pink. Thou must live, die, and know. Vana is watching you in quiet contemplation. Luna, listen to me. Our duty now is not to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination, or to convince Emet-Selch and Hyphodeus that they have been deceived. No, we must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expunge are preserved. What remains in our memories alone will be our weapon against the final days. You must fight this battle in your age and I in mine. Come, let us walk together once more. I will see you to the doors of Propylaeon. Oh, I like that. Like, you, with our new memories of this event and what we know, you have to fight the calamity in your time and I in mine. I like that. Wait, where are we going? Oh, okay. Blade Soul does that spec. Your like outfit is purely cosmetic. You can wear whatever you want. Your like stats come from your soul shield, which is something that you don't see on your character. So then you can just wear whatever you want. I'm okay with both, but then most MMOs now have like a wardrobe system where, you know, you can wear whatever you want. You know, you can change the skin of your armor because it makes sense for your armor to, you know, your armor to give you your stats, you know, what you're wearing, because it's armor, that's what it is. But yeah, Blade and Soul definitely did it differently. And it was actually, it took a while to understand the soul shield system, even though it was basically just putting on armor pieces. But because it was presented differently than wearing armor, it took me a while. Like, I think I even made a guide video on it back in the day, as far as I understood it. I might have gotten stuff wrong, and it's probably obsolete now, but... because it was confusing. It was very confusing. This armor makes you punch harder. Yeah, that's usually then that comes from your weapon, right? And the same thing with your weapon. You know, you have a stronger sword, you know, with better stats. It's stronger, it's sharper, you know. Your time in this age is drawing to an end. Upon speaking to Vana, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time. Alrighty. Going home. I miss my scions. I'm glad we're going home. Not gonna lie.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home.
Nope, this is where we part ways. I'm gone. You do your thing, I'll do mine. I have messed with the past enough.
May you and yours emerge triumphant. Make use of the knowledge you have gained, that your days in Elpis and our friend's sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold.
I love their glowy eyes. Hi, Emerald Knight.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. And were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe.
He's a foe.
Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist.
Yeah.
And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins.
I think it's interesting that we already killed
We could not
Fandaniel.
hope to survive
And then
the
we
final
come back and
days,
see the
much
story.
less take the battle to Meteion at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead. Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of
And
souls.
thus therapy was invented.
Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friends' memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path.
Good.
And I pray you walk with me to the end.
I will walk with you to
As
the
you
end.
move forward, so too will I.
Oh, almost title
As
drop.
will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion.
Whoa!
She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I
We will
promise.
silence the song of oblivion.
Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
She's gonna shrink me down again. Ding! Lonerisms, thank you so much for the 18 months. That was a little ominous right there. Here we go. Man, we spent a lot longer there than I thought we would.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Fantasy.
Oh! This is like what happened after I left. Oh, uh-oh. And then the final days happen there. Oh, no. So he said we couldn't change the past. So it's one of those, like, because we went... It's like a time loop thing. Because we went back, she remembered the Entelekis. And then what happened, happened.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame.
Locked in a moment.
Where stars fall as tears.
That's why he said that he saw us there, yeah.
Darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees.
Time loop stuff. Wow.
Where terror twists magics into abominations.
I love how, like, they're all scared and running and she's just, like, calmly walking.
Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end. That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate.
They're so calm, too, even though they don't know what she knows. Like
That
they
day,
knew it was coming.
mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiac.
Oh no! Oh no! Did Hythodeus go to sacrifice himself to bring forth Zodiac?
And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days.
And there was no kiss before he left? Come on. Or we missed it. Could have missed it. Oh no. Was this the song from the original, from like 1.0?
Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for
Or is this a new
innocence
song?
lost, wailed for death inevitable.
Oh, Fandaniel.
A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
Wow, from the end of 1.0, the Bahamut raids. Wow.
This is all wrong. Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy.
Wow, this music.
Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
Oh,
We
organ
can't
music is
accept it.
so powerful.
We won't accept it. It will be ours again. A world free of sorrow.
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time.
Have you never stubbed your
please,
toe?
Open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness.
Oh, I love
No
organ music.
paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
Go, yeah, the lyrics. Go and read the lyrics to answers. Oh man, I love that when like you go back and read it and like it hits harder. Oh, it's so good.
God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old.
Is Hythlodaeus
Days
there?
when the star was a font of love, and we knew
He just ignored
naught
everything
but
that she just said.
bliss.
She's like, I literally just told you that, like, that's wrong.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
No, don't turn off the music. Oh, it was so good.
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise.
Damn.
Henceforth, he shall walk.
Fear my low-res sword. I'm sorry. Wow. Wow.
All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague.
Oh. And Mikote. And... Oh. I birth the world of Lalafels. Oh my god! She's like falling apart!
In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest.
Wow! Oh, come on!
Quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured.
No, stop.
Find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy, even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting.
It's got dark. Man. That's why you survived against Emmett. Heidelin took the blows for you. Stop. Stop.
A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Wow. It got really loud. Hi, Cutana. Mama Heidelin's been taking care of us this whole time. Wow. Luna's just like, holy shit. She really was there. She brought back the robes. That was some freaking catnip, man. She's like, I'm never drinking again. Speak with... Oh, okay. Whoa! Can I change back to my clothes now? Ah. Oh my god. Report to Kryl. Whoa, man, that was a trip. Holy crap. Oh, no. Oh, I can just go to Elpis. Return to the source. Yes. Whoa! Or was I supposed to stay there? Kryl's not in the first. Oh my god. That was insane. Oh, the music was so good. Wow. Wow. We had our path to walk. She had hers. And to have that be the moment that we were against Emmett. Wow. Now I want to like play Shadowbringers again. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, where's my little hairpiece? Hold up. I had the little hairpiece on. Oh, that took it off. How did I have the hairpiece on before? Ah, oh well. I don't know how to glamour in this game. My goodness, that was a trip. Oh, I turned headpiece off. That's what it is. Thank you. That's what it was. There we go. Now I got my flowers. Okay. Thank you. Where is my son? Oh, I need to give Alfie a big hug. I am ready for the biggest snap. That's not what I want to do, though. Hi, bees. I hope you're feeling better. Wow. Oh, I love that. Who the woo? I love that. Yeah, when, like, the new expansions expand on past story. Love it. Tataru. You have a knack for turning up exactly when needed, and this is no exception. Luna, impeccable timing, as always. I'd heard you were off in the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you were away, we've had a few developments. As always. Where else is dead? Which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. Yes, wonderful, great. Awesome. Carrying our song. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling better, bees. As the heavens burn. Oh my god. Though you and Cryo both have news to share, hers is perhaps more urgent. How is hers more urgent? So have you learned aught? Drink. So have you learned aught more of the final days? Oh yeah, I have. Then the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time on the First, events here have taken a turn for the worse. The scions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain the where and why of it, Alize and Alphino have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they've visited, Locus Almoneus is one of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating still, but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Ishtola and Master Matoya have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Hydaelyn in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tataru and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the Forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon, an ambitious project that has likely been years if not decades in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You better finish it quick. You will also recall the proposal issued by Master Fortuno to the people of Razatan. Following their discussion, Vitra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wish to evacuate to accept the Forum's invitation. So far so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the Forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Oh. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the Tower, Alphino, Alize, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now you just got a huge influx of people. The final days have come to Garlemald. No! Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Fortuno. Then panic broke out and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you, Luna. Please, you must help them. I am back from the past and ready to rumble. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was their first port of call, so you better start there. Hopefully Lucia will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be walking into, so you had best take every possible precaution. Make sure your best gear is on. Let's go find our son! I'll be sure to let Thancred and Ishtola know you're back. At least they're still responding to their link pearl. Oh my god, my son is not responding to his link pearl. Stop it. It pains me to send you off alone into unknown peril after you've only just returned, but 12 willing, you won't be alone for long. Alfie! Alfie! Oh my god. Thou must live, die, and know are the last words and answers. Oh! Oh! Alphino has Justinian and Alizé. He'll be fine. Ah! They'll take good care of him. They'll take good care of him. Luna, and not a moment too soon. The skies over Garlemald are ablaze, but it's events on the ground that concern me. As you will have heard, your fellow scions arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greetings short after we received word from our troops on the Magna Glacies that the Forum's airship had landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. I trust you are ready to depart. Okay. Battle. Okay. Okay. Got it. Earlier on the Magna Glacies. This is Thancred. Oh. No. Oh my god. Ah. Oh, that's the thing from the intro, I think. Just, it's one of the abominations.
No.
And there are just a million of them.
No. We were promised an escape. Not the same room we fled.
Oh, bruh. That's not how you say hi, Kiwamis.
I
But
shall
hello.
not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
No!
How?
What happened? Because your son's awesome.
Father. You must lead the people to safety.
I love him.
I can handle this pair. You?
Shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
Yeah!
As you wish, my little lord.
Shut up. They're boyfriends. Do I get to play as Alfie? 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 Ah! Oh my god, I get to play as Sage.
See to the wounded.
See the wounded. I got it.
Help is at hand.
Okay, now this is the best expansion. Am I healing them? Am I healing? I don't know what I'm doing. Am I helping? Wait, did I do it? Oh, okay, he's fine. Nah! He's gonna die. Here. Is this a heal? There we go. Oh, now I want to be a sage. Alfie. Now I want to be a sage. I'm leveling up sage next. Oh no! Oh, we gotta fight. No wait, that's not. Ah!
Leave it to me.
Okay. Oh, yes. Stinian. Okay. Okay, wait. Can I target them? Wait, are they okay? I gotta fight someone. What am I doing? Yeah! Yeah! Stinian! Oh my god. Okay, this is best. Whoa! This is best expansion. Oh my god! No, we're gonna come back! Oh, he's leading them away! No! I healed you! No! Alfie, you did your best. They're being overrun by fear of another. Ah! Alfie!
Those who can stand, come with me.
Is there anybody I can heal? I just have to. There's this person. Can I heal you? Aw. Get him, Alfie. I never want this part to end. What is this? Levier attacks. Wait. 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 Are the sage's skills really like named after the Leviers? Oh no. Heal. Heal. Oh no, this is a special for Alfie. Alfie's got the special. Stop looking at him. Look up. I want to take a screenshot of you, Alfie. You're so. Where's my? There we go. Alfie, I love you. Look at my beautiful son. Can we just stay in this instance forever? I am ready to play Sage. Can I do my skills? I wish I had a better backdrop. Here. I got the apocalypse as a backdrop. Everybody will be fine while I take screenshots. It's fine. Guys, they're fine. Don't worry. It's all this. This is great. This is oh, I don't have anything to target. I can't do those. Okay. It's fine. Alright. Oh my god. I love my son. Look at how beautiful he is. I'm so proud of him, you know? I'm so proud of him. We're gonna take all the screenshots. I'm gonna fail the duty. It's not vanity, he's my son. He's my #1 anime son. Is that Thancred? No, that's my dad. That's my former dad. Okay, no, wait, he's fine. Wait, no, he's fine, guys. He's distressed. Oh no, wait, I think I just have to.
Easy now.
Oh!
Deep
I just have to click him.
breaths.
I was like, wait, I'm not doing something right. There we go. Deep breaths. Okay, you're fine. Okay, Alfie's gonna save you. Alfie's gonna save you.
You're safe now.
You're safe now. Alfie's save you. Our allies will see you to safety. Justinian.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself, boy.
That was really sweet when we found out that like he went full on. Porshino went full on like not paying attention to his family because he was trying to save his family. That was really sweet. Justinian! Heal Justinian. I don't like the look of that. I don't like the look of you taking damage. You take the lead. I'll provide support. Yeah. Oh my god, this is the best instance. Yes! Oh, wait. Woo! I'm gonna fail on purpose so I can play this again. Oh, wait. Oh! Ow! Oh my god. This is the best, you guys. I hope my newfound abilities are enough. They're enough, Alfie! Oh! Oh no. Justinian, heal Justinian. Alpha, no, Justinian. Quick, Justinian! I don't know what I'm doing. Diagnosis. Prognosis? Diagnosis, prognosis. I'm just pushing healing buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. You're starting to get the hang of those things. I got it. Alright, now I gotta heal myself. Justinian is impressed. Yes! Oh.
Hard, but not hard enough.
Ah! Oh, shoot. Heal, heal, heal. Ooh. You got this, Obsidian. I got you. You got it. You did it! Ah! Oh gosh. Yes. Oh yeah, those were people.
Someone, please!
What?
Oh my god. Like, I would say don't be scared, but yeah, you have every right to be scared. Oh! Jeez.
No, 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 no. Don't. I don't want to die.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
All right.
Wait, that's... Euless and the army.
Euless.
So, you've recovered then? In time enough to be of aid. For once. We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better!
Mercy, thank you, Mercy.
For
The
Garlemald
71.
has her pride!
All right. Everybody's
Of
helping.
that I've no doubt.
Good gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army. Oh!
Yay! Are we gonna get to play as Alizé now, next to Grazia?
To take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends.
Aw,
That'd be
look at that thing.
beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Yeah.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
Yeah.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go.
Let's go. No, and now we get to play as Alizé! This is the best! We've lost too many already, Graha, with me. Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me? This is the best quest in the entire game. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Okay, so let me... Ah! Come on. Come on. I get to play as both of my kids. Okay. Okay. Deals unaspected damage to all nearby enemies. Delivers an attack and all enemies near it. So those are AoEs. That's a cure. And increase magic damage dealt and nearby party members. Okay. In a straight line. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna push buttons. The very best quest. Oh my god. Dual cast. Okay. Heal me, Graha. Is he gonna heal me? So I just spam. Where'd he go? I don't know where Graha is. Here, I'm bold. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, you cast one spell and the next one's instant. Oh, okay. Is there no way to break the chain of transformations? Ah! Oh. Wow, that's nice. Save me! Oh boy. This one's not like the rest.
I'm fine.
She's fine. Woo! Flashy. Whoa, how predictable. We'll get out of it.
Not today.
Not today. See if I care. I won't back down. I love Alizé. Oh my god. I get to play as my kids, Nils! I got to play, and what the heck? I got to play Alfie with Estinian. Uh-oh. I gotta go over here, don't I? Oh, crap!
Why?
No! Alizé, I'm sorry. Wait, I wasn't paying attention to mechanics. I'm sorry. It's a checkpoint. There's a checkpoint. I'm gonna go to easy. Resume from midway. As much as I would like to play as Alfie and Estinian again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, these are all the monsters from the opening. With me, Graha. Here. Have a buff. Leave Graha alone. Oh, I should have done number 2. It's like horse sounds. Where's the horse? Okay, mechanics.
I'm fine.
Ah! Spam 2 when it's not on cooldown. Yeah, I have no idea how to play Red Mage. Or any class like this.
Not today.
Not today! Hi, Biscuit. The beast calls down a rain of meteors. Now's our chance! Blanket.
I'm not done yet.
Thank you, Graha.
None to worry about.
Beast calls down rain of meteors. Uh-oh. Oh! Holy crap. You weren't kidding.
The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
What? Oh, jeez. Where are you? Cover from him or from these lights? Those lights look like they're about to... Oh, no! Here comes the meteor. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
As they say, turnabout's fair
The
play.
limit gauge is full. Yeah. Do something awesome, Alizé.
On guard.
You Black Death. What? Boom. Did I do it? Yeah. You're awesome, Alizé. Yay!
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
Aw.
Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember you, from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Look out!
Oh, 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 oh! This is where we show up. Oh, Gra! Oh, yes!
Get out of here! Quickly! I won't lose them. Not a one. This will be a brighter future! I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve!
Get it together, Alize. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of father, no less.
Oh my gosh, she's so hard on herself.
Never measure up to our champion.
Aww.
But we ask too much of her as it is. You mustn't let our sword in the darkness fight alone.
Aww. Aww. Somebody appreciates my hardships.
Oh.
Am I trying to walk in all badass? I'm here. What? Oh my god. You've done well in my absence. Oh my god. I want to say all three. Mom is here. That's right. Yes. Yes, time to do the power walk. Oh my god. I would say I'm back. I like it. I just like it. It's nice and simple. I'm back.
I can look after myself, you know.
Stop it, Alize. Give Alize a hug and tell her she did great.
Everything's in order, I trust?
I've had enough of this rabble. Come on!
Yeah, now we get to fight with them. Have Alfie and Estinian come in and we'll all fight together.
Oh, a trio for the ages.
They're gonna fight over me. Sailor Badger, thank you so much for the Prime sub. They did the thing. They're saying the stuff. They're doing the stuff. Oh my gosh. Someone forgot they were wearing a snowman outfit when they did this cutscene and had to take a break because they were laughing so hard. This is like badass snowman comes walking in. Oh man. Frosty! Hi Frosty, thank you! Oh my god. I know, it's a very kind demon. We're staring him down. He's fine. Look at this! Look at that fight with them! So good. Alright, now I gotta put my brain back on White Mage. I hate that I don't have like a party window so I can target them and like keep track of their health. You don't deny a healer their party window and make them click on people.
Just the beginning.
Oh no, that means push. Shoot. Okay. Yay! There they are!
I'd find you here.
Yay! This is the best mission ever.
This should be the last of the worst troublemakers. With me!
My kids! Woo! Through this, we'll see the refugees to safety. We must keep the beasts at bay. Cindy, you doing okay? Alfie, you heal your boyfriend. I'll keep an eye on you guys. Wait, Alize went somewhere. We got this, Alfie. Uh-oh. 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 What's this? Ooh.
On your feet.
You guys okay? I can't see your health bar. Gratia. Staying's okay. Okay. Oh, I guess I don't see their health bar if they're full. I have to do better than that. I love the sage. It's so cool looking with the guns. That is so cool. I want to be a sage now. Alfie!
Leave the healing to me.
No, I got it. I understand. I got it too, Alfie. Let me do something. I can't do much in combat. Let me heal. We gotta protect Alfie! Oh my god!
I'm in your debt.
Alfie got targeted in a city and said we have to protect Alphino. Stop it. Stop it.
Where were we?
Yes! Oh my god, this was so good. This was so good. 2 DPS, 2 healers, and a tank. It's a perfect party. Let's say. It was so good.
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Sharlayan is most appreciated. But will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread. I cannot promise you complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you. That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons. Come to old Sharlayan. Please.
I love their little, like, their coats.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
It seems they've a new destination.
The people of Radzat-Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Behind you! Just there!
Oh man! This guy with mouths on his elbows.
More of them.
Oh. Hi. Oh, hi. Oh.
Zenos! Here! You'll be all right. Hurry to the airship.
Go. Please just go. Thank you.
Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
He never changes. I love it.
You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is and has ever been my
Right,
sole
that's
concern.
all he's about, dude.
You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry. Your passion pales before mine, yet neither hate nor despair seems sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust. So, I hone my blade, and I wait.
That's it. That's all you care about.
Yes, and I love him for it.
Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with
Veronica,
so
yes.
many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians.
I love it. I love characters that are unapologetic about like who they are and like what their
flesh and
story
blood.
is. Like,
Lost and confused as they breathed their last.
I love that in real
While
life
we
too.
who
Like
survived
any
with our
person who's
lives
just
and
like, this is
minds
who I
intact
am, and they're shameless
were
about
left
it.
to
Like, I don't care.
freeze to death.
Especially if it's like a nerdy thing. I love
The
it.
Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing. You slaughtered your countrymen. You did. For what?
Hi, Jack. He's a good boy.
For nothing in the end. So much waste.
What do you mean? I defeated you. Don't say it was for nothing because I beat you. Okay.
You bastard!
Oh, he's gonna die. You just
For your own sake, Paulus, you must control your
yeah, he's
anger.
like, oh, that's right. He's gonna
It
turn.
will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Wow, we can't even get angry.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
Right? He's like, I want the villain to have a reason.
What?
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome?
Wow.
If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous.
Wow.
How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends? Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers.
Come here.
And they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you, and you alone.
That's straight. That's straight.
Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
Huh?
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
He's like, okay.
Zenos!
Alizé.
Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want, not even the battle you pine for so dearly.
There's a very
You'll
easy
be
way for him to
alone
do
for an
that.
eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
Wow, Alizé, damn. Damn. She had to get her words in. You know what? That he walks away. That's Alizé, though. Damn. She's jealous that all he wants is the Warrior of Light's attention. He wants our rage on him. Zenos doesn't understand that the way to do that is to kill our friends. He could have just surged forward, killed Alizé, and then boom, you have my attention. You have my full rage and attention.
The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but
But
I've asked mine to
he doesn't
remain
know that
for the
because he
time
doesn't
being.
understand friendship.
There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish. Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the scions' methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, 'tis only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Eulus, we can speak of recent events on the way.
Ooh, the lightning.
He'll be after your seat on the forum next.
Get wrecked, Porshno, right? Oh my god. Take that, old man. Fortuno just standing there. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. Oh god, Nils, it's all I want. We got the Y'shtola Bring Arts figure, right? But she was the only one that we got. Bring Arts, in the Bring Arts line. And she's like, I have her. She's like tiny compared to even like the Kingdom Hearts ones. And my only guess is that they made her tiny because if they make the others, if they make like Estinian or like Urianger, more likely, he's so tall, and like they make them in ratio, like in height ratio, so like they would have to make him very tall, and in order to not make him like huge, they would have to make Y'shtola very tiny, right? And like, so like if they made like Alphino or Alize, they would be even tinier, but they would be really cute. Like, it, you know, makes sense because they're smaller. So, but like, I'm like, if they're like, why did they make Y'shtola so small? Like, her head is tiny. Why did they make her her figure so small if they weren't gonna make the other ones? And they like, you know what I mean? Like, factored in the ratio to the other characters, right? Like, she's tiny. She's very small for a Bring Arts figure. Like, the details are still gorgeous, but like her head is like as big as my finger. Like, she's very tiny, even for a Bring Arts figure. Her little features are so small. So if they made like an Urianger's what? He's like much taller, right? So like that wouldn't be too crazy for a Bring Arts figure. So. Oh yeah, there was an Estinian figure. Was it a Bring Arts? Yeah. You're right. And then they made they've made Alfie, Alize, Tataru in the, I forget the name of the figure line, but they're like the minion version of them. I have those too. I don't have the Tataru, I have the Alfie and Alize of those. But yeah, oh my god. I got so excited when they released the Y'shtola Bring Arts. Wonder why, Manic, right? So I'm hoping that she sold really well so that they'll make more, right? I'm hoping that it took so long because they were waiting to see how well she sold. So I had to do my part. And I wanted to get her in case they made the rest of them, because like having all of them would look really amazing on the shelf. So I definitely made sure that I picked her up. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I was expecting a couple months later, I was expecting the announcement of like some of the other characters, but no. They made the Grahatia, they made a couple statues last year. They made Crystal Exarch, what's his name? They made 3 of them. They made Crystal Exarch, why am I forgetting his name? Ardbert. They made Ardbert, and I think someone else. But it wasn't like one of the scions. I don't think. I could be misremembering. But yeah, so like they made those. But those were really tiny too. Like, give me really nice, big figures for these characters or statues. They cashed in on the Estinian back in 2019 is what you're saying. But make more Estinians. Like, how are all of these characters not so popular that you would sell tons of merch? Like, come on. Come on. Jeez. I did not get the Crystal Exarch. It was too tiny and too expensive and like not detailed enough. Like, it wasn't the price ratio to what it was not there for me, unfortunately, at the time. So I don't have the Crystal Exarch. If they made like a Bring Arts figure, because the Bring Arts figures are like very detailed and nice, And always come with, like, accessories and stuff. Although I guess Ishtola didn't come. Like, she came with her staff, but she didn't come with, like, a bunch of, like, extra accessories or faces, I don't think. But yeah, if they made bring arts, I would get the bring arts of, like, everyone. So, as if Square Enix doesn't get enough of my money. Okay, I'm gonna take a real quick break, and then we will continue. So, get up and stretch and refill your water, and I'll be right back. A couple minutes. Welcome back, Josephel. Alright, the puppies have gone outside. I got my coffee. Oh my goodness. Welcome back, Sean. Hot coffee. Hot coffee. Alright. Ooh, it's a little chilly. Let's see if I can pull this blanket out. I got a big old exercise ball. Oh, I got that blanket too. Here we go. Here's a smaller blanket. Oh my god, so many blankets. My blue Sailor Moon blanket. Here we go. It's still chilly outside. Ooh, veggie soup sounds so good. Use some soup on a chilly day. Oh shoot, who's gonna log me out? Alfie. Alfie! That was amazing. I got to play as you. And your sister. That the final days should manifest here too, after everything these people have suffered, is a fate cruel beyond words. Nevertheless, with allies old and new at our side, there's yet a reason to be hopeful. It's been a while since we last spoke. For some time, I was not myself. Lucia and the others told me what had happened that night, and about the events that took place while I was receiving treatment. It was only then that I realized the lengths you and yours go to. I know I might never be able to repay you, but I'll be damned if I don't try. And most of all, I wanted to thank you, all of you, for everything you've done and continue to do for the sake of my people. You're welcome. What are we gonna do? Just let the world burn? At the very least, I am glad our own members are accounted for. Yes, indeed. Why only one Graha statue? Didn't they see how wild the fandom got when they released his CG picture? I saw that with the Sailor Moon lookalike pose. That was so great. They took forever to release his too. I know. I don't know what is going on with the merchandising. Like, I know production is slow right now, but like, and how do you not just like, how is there not more 14 merch? Like, why are you not making Graha and Urianger and Ishtal, all of the characters? Like, all of the characters have giant fan bases. Like, why are you not making every single one of these characters in figures, plushies, like, I don't know, everything? Like, why are you not capitalizing more on these characters in merch? I don't understand. I demand a 1/6 scale Lena figure. I demand 1/6 scale everything figures. Like, oh, or statues. Oh my god. Medion! Oh my god, a little Medion plushie? Come on, that would be so cute. Even though she's like the harbinger of death. Right? Like, the fan base is absolutely insane. Do they just, like, they just make enough with the sub fee and they're just like, we don't need merch. Like, this game makes so much money. Right? Like, but that's why merch. That's why, I mean, I have to suffer through Kingdom Hearts merch with, like, everything is so overpriced. Like, they know what they've got. They know how much people are in love with these characters and will buy the merch. Like, holy crap. Yeah, the sub fee, you gotta buy the game. Like, I mean, this is, like, one of the most popular games in the world right now. Like, it's definitely the most popular MMO. Like, it's insane. Like, and like I said, like, the fan bases for these characters are insane. Like, why are you not I don't understand why there's not more merch. I really don't. This series, for how popular it is, has so little merch. I don't understand it. I mean, it's got, like, art books and stuff. Like, the Endwalker art book is coming out. That's gonna be tempting. But... oh, yeah, that's what... yeah, the blue version. Like, a little plushie of the blue version Medion. Yeah. I know. I can't believe this game. Okay, it's buy to play. I know you can play up to the first expansion for free, but like after that, it's buy to play with a monthly sub fee, and they have a cash shop that's like people pay $20 for a mount, right? Like it's insane. The amount of money this game makes has to be absolutely insane. And like I know servers are expensive. I know it's very, very expensive to run it and develop it. Like I understand that, of course it is. But like you could get even more from merch. Estinian body pillows. Come on, where are the Estinian body pillows? Where are the Crystal Exarch, the Grahatia body pillows? Like, how is this not a market that you have not tapped? Do they just figure that everybody has already spent all their money in game? Like maybe they would rather people spend their money on the digital items that don't have like all of this extra cost associated with them, right? Maybe that they're just like, hey, if they spend $60 on a figure, that's $60 they're not going to spend in the cash shop, which is way more profitable. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Yeah, there's music albums, there's art books. Yeah, so there is that kind of merch, but like the kind of merch that Kingdom Hearts gets, you know, there's not like all like the figures and the statues and the plushies and the books and all that for Kingdom Hearts is insane. And the oh my god, the stuff I don't even collect, like the jewelry and the oh my god, they're making so many like you know, actual practical items like purses and backpacks, and there's a glasses line and clothes and luggage and bags and like oh my god, every like there's a freaking Tamagotchi, there's Kingdom Hearts Tamagotchi coming out, like it's insane. Like that Sylvester, that's what it is yeah, you hit it on the nose. Disney, and Disney is all about merchandising. If someone knows how to merchandise characters, it's Disney. That's what it is. You're right 100% is Disney. Not that Square Enix isn't, you know, getting some money, but like they're Disney characters. You're right. And Disney merchandising. You're right. That's it. I forget the Disney aspect. Yeah, no, you go to Etsy for the Grahatia and Estinian body pillows, honestly. Go support some artists. They'll make you body pillows. Oh my god. Although Final Fantasy VII really went hard with the merchandising, with the figures and the statues and that kind of thing. Like there's like every character has like a Play Arts Kai figure, which are like the big like $150 ones. You know, the collector's edition, the art books, there's like 6 Aerith statues now. Yeah. So even then Square Enix, like they know how to merchandise, but I think that's because the Final Fantasy VII goes like way back. Like they're cashing in on people's like nostalgia, right? So they've really merchandised the heck out of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh, need more Yuna stuff. There was, I think there's, I know there's a Play Arts Kai Tidus. I would be surprised if there wasn't a Yuna. You may not be able to find it anymore, but I'm pretty sure they exist. But yeah, just in general, not as much, like, Final Fantasy. Nier, there's tons of Nier stuff. Holy cow. So I guess it just kind of perplexes me why they don't merchandise 14 more, but I think it's because you can't go and buy outfits for Cloud and Tifa and Aerith in Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? It's not an MMO. They don't sell like DLC packs of outfits, right? I think that's what it is they would rather have you spend that money in the cash shop, right? Because that has to be more profitable. So, oh my god, Zenos. Cash it on the Zenos thirst, right? There is one at Yuna, but the mold is strange. The Play Arts line is hit or miss. Really. They're not like the best molds in the world. The 13 games had DLC outfits, did they? Oh my goodness. Sorry, I love talking merch. We couldn't save them all, but if we had arrived any later, it would have been a massacre. Things were looking bleak until you and the first showed up. Though there will be time later to discuss your journey to the first. There's one thing I must ask. Did you perchance speak with our friends at the Crystarium? Oh yeah, I probably should have went back after and talked to, like, Lena. Lena and Becklug both warned me against overexerting my... Look at his face! Strange that they would express such similar sentiments, identical in fact, but their advice is duly noted. I mean, I told them that I would gladly lock you in my bedroom and make sure you stayed there and rested for a while, but we'll see if it comes to that. This is the contingent's base of operations, I take it. Okay, that's really all he has to say. Okay. It's almost like they care about you, silly catboy. Oh my gosh. I'm so sad that he, like, doesn't get to see them anymore. To see Zenos standing there so uncaring and unrepentant. Gods, I don't know what came over me. Alize, you really took a chance there. I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind, but looking back on it, I stand by those words. I would say I hope they won't incite him to further villainy, but to be honest, I doubt he even remembers what I said. Anyway, enough about all that. It's good to see you again. It's good to see you too, Alize. I love that Zenos didn't even respond to her. Magitech Cane. What? Oh, look, it's like a mechanical bird. We still need to quiz you about your time on the first, but if we ever get more than a moment's respite, not likely. Outside help. Lucia is taking stock of the present situation. Buckman's no.
No major injuries then.
Figures of the twins with interchangeable clothes. That's just mean.
I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives.
Aww.
Though not all, I regret to say.
Aww. You did your best, Alfie.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fortuneau Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Yeah, she told him he had no friends, and he's like, you're right.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere.
My bows are sticking
Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions.
So diplomatic.
Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
We trust you now. You're on our team. You're a good guy. Alizé agrees. That you're in. If you're in with Alizé, you're in. I don't like my mechanical bird staff.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuno.
Oh.
You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
Did Alphinaud just say I want to thank you?
Though if you intend to
I demand a thank you.
Sharlayan alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
He's gonna load everybody on a ship and take them to the moon.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
Fair. Fair.
I swear.
Any other, I would doubt. But you, I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it.
Aw, I know Alfie is such a good boy.
Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
God, Alfie's so little.
You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
God wants to, like, hear about it so bad. Aw. Were you?
Did you hear something just now?
Oh my god, with the little sound effect. Oh no! Why is there a zombie bunny? Oh my god! What? No! Oh my god. What? Is that Pudding Way?
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
Pudding Way gets... Pudding Way gets... Oh my god, there's a lot. They're all here. Did you bring Ariadne back? Oh my god, bunny army. Oh my god, Pudding Way gets scary when they don't have pudding.
Dawn may
Yay!
vanish, even the darkest night. And to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort.
He's like, it's
'Tis
so
heartening
nice
to see such an assembly
to talk to
upon my
anybody but
return.
bunnies.
I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
You're back. Did you make everything hospitable for our
Yes, but
size?
what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
Allow me to summarize.
It's like, yes, I'm
We're
cold
here
as hell.
Because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed.
Like, we hadn't heard from you, so we came down here to
she
see if
says,
you all
but
died.
it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Etheris. Urianger made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still.
Voices are great.
Like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Doom?
Marvelous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Urianger's inferior works no more.
How dare you? Did they just insult?
Consider the plight of present
Oh my
company
God.
before you go blathering on about pudding and doom?
Pudding Way just insulted Urianger's pudding cooking.
As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal.
Whatever.
We were born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it?
Oh my God! Somebody get Urianger a jacket.
Aye, not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Urianger made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit.
Oh my God.
From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Oh my God.
Forgive me, but are they...
Yeah, this is what you're gonna live with.
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow. Well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you?
Oh my God.
It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last.
Oh my God.
I'm Livingway, Heidelin's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Charlian, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
Pudding Way! Somebody get Pudding Way
'Twas
some
with
pudding.
reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperids made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
Urianger followed his heart. Oh no, good to haveth you back, or may thy disciples banish this darkest of nights. Oh my God. I know, now I want pudding, right? There's a yellow quest line in Old Charlian you can pick up later to get the bunnies some pudding. Oh my God. I know Fortuno is questioning everything right now. He's like, these are your collaborators that you've been collaborating with like for 2 decades. He's just like, they're bunnies? Oh no. True Nils. Where is Sacred? What is Sacred doing? Oh my God. Good to haveth you back.
For a time, at least. Nevertheless, 'twas worth the journey to find present company well.
Yay!
Will thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
Govard! What's up? There's that Tataru. There she is. What's up, Govard?
If that's all
Thank you
quite
for the
settled, can we
raid.
start moving before Urianger catches his death?
Thank you.
Even I'm freezing out here.
Thank you. I was gonna say, wasn't Alizé the freeze baby?
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
I'm gonna surround Alizé with bunnies. Oh my gosh. Ooh, you? How was Ratchet and Clank? I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game. Good to see you, Gufford. Gufford with the Tataru. Gufford's got the best Tataru emote. It's really good. Nice. Nice. Far worse fates than being surrounded, shoved into a ship shoulder to shoulder with fuzzy bunnies and all of these like really hot scions, right? There are worse fates. There are worse fates. Yes! Here is Gufford, first of his name, father of orange kitties, eater of olives, and gamer of games. That is Gufford indeed. Go give him a follow if you don't. If you guys are in this community, you don't know who Gufford is, you're not paying attention. He does. You have 2 kitties. Morty, which we just watched some Rick and Morty last night, and Chunk. I got it. I have committed Gufford's kittens to memory. I dare say Master Foshino was as nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Heidelin's lunar custodians. As he will soon discover, they have much and more to offer the Forum. Might I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith? We may yet have time to discuss thy recent adventures ere we are summoned to the Rostra. So Alfie went to learn about the Forum's plans, which I thought we already knew. They're gonna load everybody on the moon ship. But I guess there's more to it. And they're delaying for some reason. So I think he's going to learn why they're delaying the launch. And we're gonna go tell everybody about our time in the first. What is this locked box that's shiny right here? I feel like it's a locked box. Like, no joke. She's gonna give me a quest to open the box, isn't she? We don't know the super details, right? Right. La, la, la. Sorry, healers! Oh my god. Oh, they didn't have the coffee bar set up. That's right, you gotta have the bar. Like, people are gonna be really stressed, right? Leaving their home, going to the moon, everything's so unsure, it's the apocalypse, you gotta have alcohol and coffee, right? A bug. I need a bug. I used to do that. I have a folder. I probably still have it. At one point, I was gonna do a video of funny Guild Wars 2 names, funny character names in Guild Wars 2. Like, this is forever ago, and I don't think I ever made it. I was screenshotting every time I played and would see a funny name. I would screenshot the name, the player, and the name. That was forever ago, and I had like a whole folder full of like funny names. They're probably even funnier now. Like, as you go, people like, you know, not only are a lot of names taken, but people like, you know, 10 years into a game, into an MMO, you start getting silly, right? Oh, I forgot to change. Can I change my outfit again? There we go. Here we go. So the longer a game's been around, the more likely it is you're gonna see funny, funny character names. There's Thancred. I was like, where is Thancred? He showed up. And Y'shtola, but Y'shtola was with Matoya. Trying to figure stuff out. Hey, Urianger! Whoop. Not that I'm complaining, Urianger, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. He's not complaining. Nor Ivy, in extolling the virtues of Aetheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loporits a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Kryl tells us you have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I've news to share regarding our study of the Ethereal Sea, but your findings are certain to be of greater interest, and so I would rather hear them first. To what revelations did Heidelin's Elpis flower lead? Oh, the flower. Can we all just go on a picnic? This is Thancred. Then this dynamis is what drives the final days. And if it and Akasa are one and the same, this all but proves Nidhana's theory. We're an entity through sheer force of emotion. To channel this vast dormant reservoir into a raging river, its power might surpass even that of ether. But if our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Medion. Or rather, the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she has been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred, drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, the destruction of Aetheris. Then our foe is no longer some unknown calamity. We have but one aim, to defeat Medion. You make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Medion and we deliver the world from the final days. But to even attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Medion escaped, an enchantment was placed upon her by Vana, the woman who would become Heidelin. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Heidelin and the Vana you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager that Heidelin possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Aetheris, not to stay. Do you suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Medion? The Vana I know would never give up. That's my impression too. Otherwise, she wouldn't have used me as a conduit for her will, or provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she's been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. Ooh. So what's the second condition? Getting there. We must find a means to reach Medion. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon wherever so she has made her nest. Then communing with Heidelin must by necessity come first. Did you and Master Matoya have any luck with your investigation into the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not, though we enlisted the help of Arenvald and the other Echo-blessed allies. We couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Heidelin, even within the Antitower. Master Matoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Heidelin. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea built closer to home. Sorry to interrupt, we've just received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in the Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. That's you, Alfie. Father was able to persuade them. They're finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say. Do we all get to go? I thought Alfie only got to go. Oh, man. Oop, I guess Y'shtola wanted to talk. Master Matoya has suspected for some time that the Forum has been constructing a new facility for the purpose of surveying the Ethereal Sea. Of course, as the custodian of the Antitower, which would presumably be rendered obsolete as a result, she has a few things to say about that. Nothing that should be repeated in polite company, you understand. Oh, Matoya's pissed. To think the Crystal Tower of the First is capable of such feats as sending one's soul into the distant past. The events you witnessed and helped shape may yet hold the key to forestalling the final days. I'm reminded of dear friends in a future I unmade, whose selfless efforts saw the 8th umbral calamity averted. In this timeline, at least. Too much has been sacrificed to us to abandon Aetheris now. This is Thancred. After sending Graha and Estinian back to Garlemald, I stayed in Locus Amoenus for a time. Being an imperial province, it was already in turmoil before the onset of the final days. You wouldn't believe the difficulties we had overseeing the evacuation of the villages we visited. I have faith the detachment we left behind will continue to work and shepherd the people to safety. To what safety can be found in a world coming to an end. After you left for Garlemald, I went to Labyrinthos and tried to reach Hydaelyn using the Alpus flower. Alas, my attempts were in vain. I can only assume that she spent a vast amount of her power in the confrontation with Van Daniel and is presently unable to communicate. Indeed, as her presence left my body, I could feel how faint it had grown. Tatar. I hope you don't mind me staying behind while you attend your big meeting. The rostra reminds me a bit too much of the supremely scary tribunal in Ishgard. You'll forgive me if I keep my distance. Father has granted us the opportunity we've been waiting for. Though we know not what information, if any, they intend to reveal, there's only one way to find out. To the rostra! Well, that was a much quicker response than I was expecting. Nice to know our efforts on the Magna Glacies didn't go unnoticed. At first, I wasn't sure what to make of Hermes and his motives, but it's like we discussed at the Great Work. When faced with the harsh realities of life, some seek the release of death. Others grow defiant. They fight. Either way, it's our right to choose. That's right. Oh, Ariaje, it's so good to see you. 'Twas Hydaelyn's commandment that in the event Zodiark should perish, the Loporrits were to deliver the people of Aetheris from harm. Though that be the limit of their duties, they possess knowledge unparalleled of the great expanse and its means of its traversal. Oh, we're gonna take the ship to the edge of the universe. Should they be persuaded to assist us in our efforts to reach Medion, we would do well to heed their counsel. I will listen to the bunnies. Indeed. I honestly don't either, Manic. Like, why did this is Thancred? Like, is it just because it sounds funny? Like, this is Thancred. Like, why exactly did that become a meme? Or it just did because everyone kept saying it. We're gonna talk to the Rostraffarians. That's right. Rastafarians? Rastronarians. Lostrabrarians. Is Y'shtola gonna be a badass again? Forum is in session, and as such, the rostra is closed to visitors. Yeah, we got a pass. A scion of the 7th dawn. Very well, you may wait in the corridor. Of course, entry will only be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door. Lest you forget, this sacred institution holds rational discourse in the highest. The implements of war are expressly forbidden. Okay. Okay. That's fair. Y'shtola is never not a badass. Comfy check. I'm sorry we don't have a peachy comf yet. It's shameful. There's nobody here. I went through the forum room. So are they all gonna have to, like, take that vow? Like, or, like, they have to do something special to be able to tell us about stuff, right?
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends.
A proposal. You said you weren't gonna interfere, Alfie! Said he wasn't gonna, like, oppose and stop them. It didn't say that he couldn't make a proposal.
By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Aw, thanks, Cryo. Everybody putting their trust in Alfie.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter.
Here we come. Thanks, Dad. They see Estinian, they're like, we told you you had to leave your weapons outside.
On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glaciers. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzadhan. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzadhan was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
The slow ones.
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Don't incite panic, yeah.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
Wait, there's a bunny boy on the Forum Council?
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speed sufficient to meet our evacuation targets.
The speed?
Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient.
Well, I sure hope.
Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
"'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the anti-tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
What?
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
They want to make it go super fast and take the Ark to the edge of the universe.
Its merit to the 99 here. Who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself.
This guy.
Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration.
He's like, these young kids will figure it out. Us old fogies can't do it.
I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
What? How long is this gonna take? You could just start making trips right now.
Order.
What if this
Order!
fails?
We have no time
You're like,
to waste on debate.
That's right.
I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the scions' terms?
I mean, you might as well give them a chance. Biscuit, wanna come up? Give him a chance to make it go faster. Come on, Biscuit, come. Come on, you jump up. No? Okay.
"71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it.
The ayes have it. Did Dad not vote for us?
As the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Oh, Dad doesn't want to do it.
Very well.
call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
So we gotta make the ship go fast. Oh my goodness. Rest assured, I have every intention of honoring the Forum's decision. My affinity for espionage may have earned me the title of Archon, but I was completely unaware of the Forum's plans. There may have been clues here and there, had I been of a mind to look for them, but contemplating that possibility only serves to further my wounded pride. Pour some 5-hour energy into the tanks. Not that anyone could have realistically surmised that their brilliant stratagem was to build a giant ship, fly to the moon, a still larger vessel in truth, and use that to travel to another star. Even now, the whole idea seems positively absurd when spoken aloud. Thank you, Thagrid. Of late, I have seen no signs of the Lupperets. This being their first opportunity to experience the wonders of Sharlayan, the potential for misadventure is nigh infinite. Oh no, Puddingway is gonna like tear the city to the ground looking for Pudding. Poor Puddingway. Perhaps if Magard-Summer were still alive, in the traditional sense that is, he could have offered to help the vessel attain the necessary speeds. Then again, there's no guarantee his contribution would make enough of a difference to matter. He's like, we could have used dragons. The further we pursue the mysteries of the universe, the more I struggle to comprehend the fortuitous nature of time itself. We measure and quantify it based on observations of celestial bodies, such as the sun and moon, but from your account, it is unclear whether the ancients viewed time in a similar manner. I mention this because while Vana knew the final days would reoccur at a defined point in the future, she presumably had no way of knowing exactly when. Even so, the completion of the Forum's preparations to escape the moon, aligning so closely with the advent of the final days, is surely no coincidence. Grahatia said time. What is it? I'm a little vexed that we've yet to learn of the Forum's replacement for the Anti-Tower, though I expect that in time they'll share that too with us, and with Master Matoya if they've any sense. Oh, I want to go see Master Matoya. Master Matoya got the best music. Whew, I'll admit bringing up the issue of the Forum's incomplete arc was more than a little daunting. They were, to their credit, quite open about the current state of affairs. What was even more surprising, though, was when they took Alphino up on his offer. 71% of them. While I very much take issue with the Forum's approach to selecting whom to save and when, they're not wrong for wanting to minimize potential conflicts. Fortunately, if this plan of ours actually works, the Great Exodus itself will become entirely unnecessary. Indeed. This is going to be like a big, giant if. Hi, Alfie. This is going to be a big, giant, like, if we take the ship, I'm assuming we're going to convince them to let us take the Ark to the edge of the universe. Or the moon ship itself. But if we make the Ark go super fast and then convince them to allow us to take it, like, how could we even get there in time? And if we did, like, if we take it and it fails, and we fail, then we take the way that everybody was gonna get to the moon, right? Like, that's insane. Talk about pressure. Like, oh, a bunch of people could have been saved, but no, you took the Ark to the edge of the universe, so now nobody was saved. Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part, but since we require both a means of communing with Hydaelyn and reaching Meteon, in the spur of the moment, I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the Ark as a way to work towards both objectives simultaneously. However, we must first keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the ether burner. Maybe we're gonna, like, get it to run on Dynamis. It's gonna run on Happy Feelings. I'd like to think it is not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might be- oh, we're gonna get Sid to come in! We're gonna get Sid to come in and, like, make it go faster. It might behoove us to learn how an ether burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. Yeah. That would help. As Father seems so eager to help, maybe we can have him educate us about the ether burner. Oh, man. Well, yeah, we kind of need to know about the ether burner in order to, like, make it go faster. It's just rocket science. I hope you studied up on your rocket science, Alfie. That's right. It's gonna run on dreams and friendship. That's right. They never had friends as good as us beyond that ship. It runs on Dynamis, and we all just gotta hug it out and channel our happy feelings about each other. Power of friendship. It's going to run on the power of friendship, you guys. I'm calling it. It's gonna run on Elpis flowers. Oh my god. Alright, well, we're gonna leave it there for today. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. I'm so glad we're into, like, the meat of it now. Flower power! It's gonna run on flower power. Calling it. Yes. Yes. Time for Crystal Boyfriend to catch up, Kirtana. I mean, what's better? There's no other better source of clean energy than the power of friendship, right? Friendship is magic. Friendship is what makes the ship go fast. You coming up, Mr. B? Come here. Come here, little boy. Chickpea flower power. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Thoughts and prayers. Everybody has to pray. That's right. Everybody has to believe in magic to get the ship to go fast. Bye, Luna. We will see you later. Wait, we're gonna log out so that we can hear the really nice title screen music, which I love. Thank you, Bogers. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you had fun today. I'm so glad we got further. I love it. 2010, is that when 1.0 came out? Holy cow. This game's old. I love it. I love it. I just need to, like, fall asleep to that every night. It's so pretty. Civilization 4? Does the music sound similar? Miss Michelle. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Lip boop. Lip boop. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a wonderful day. And, yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. So, tomorrow night, Sunday, early ass morning, is the Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary event in Japan. It's a big unknown when we are going to get information. There's no live stream of the event or anything that they've announced. So it's a big question mark as far as, like, it's not like, hey, at this time we can, like, get together and watch a stream. It's like, at this time there's this private event going on in Japan, and will we get information at the same time? Maybe not. Like, it's this big, like, giant question mark. I would love to be streaming, like, when we get any information. We don't know what's gonna come of the event, and like, we don't know what information is going to be revealed at the event, and we don't know what information we'll get, everybody who didn't go to the event. So it's a big giant question mark. It's so dumb that it's not streamed. It really is. So yeah, I don't know if I'm up at 6 a.m. which I never am. if I decide to maybe stream so we can sit here and refresh Twitter and hope there's something neat to see, I might be here. So yeah, it's a big giant question mark. I like I said, I would love to like be streaming when if we get in any kind of information, no matter what it is. But it's like I said, it's at the event, from my understanding, the event actually starts at 4 a.m. Sunday morning, my time, Eastern time. Because I think that's like, what is that, like 11 a.m. or noon or something in Japan? I don't even know. No, that's like, I think it's 5 p.m. in Japan on Sunday. So that's like 4 a.m. here. I'm not expecting like 4 a.m. there's going to be all these reveals. Like, I don't think so. Like, I think if there is anything, if we learn anything on Sunday, I think it's going to be like towards the end of the event. Like, once it's over, then they'll share it with the rest of us, or the people that went there will be able to share it with the rest of us. But I don't know. Who needs to sleep when there could possibly maybe be something Kingdom Hearts? Really. So yeah, I don't know. There's probably going to be a lot of excitement around that time. So, and I have D&D that night. So, yeah, I have no idea. So, it's a much better time period, for all of, my European peaches, you guys in Europe. It's more like, it's going to be more like 10 a.m. is when like the event's going to start. So yeah, if I'm conscious and up to streaming between like 4 and 6 a.m., then I might be here. If I'm not up to it, then I might just sleep. I'll probably be too excited and like be up super early. I'll probably like take a nap after D&D and then like, you know, get up and watch the internet for any, you know, for the excitement. Yeah, so I might be here. I'll be here if I'm awake. Basically, like, I'm super excited for it, just to see if any, I mean, even just for Nomura's new artwork. Like, that's the one thing that, like, he did say, like, I'm gonna do my best to get the 20th anniversary artwork, which we got a teaser of. He said, I'll do my best to get that done by the 10th. And I would be very surprised if he didn't, like, make that a thing, like, it needs to be done by the 10th, like, have a deadline, right? So, like, at the very least, we can expect that on the 10th. So, and that'll be super exciting to see. So, yeah. So bring your blanket. I'll be in my pajamas. And yeah, maybe we'll scream and freak out, or maybe we'll just hang out and have a good time and nerd out like we always do, right? And I'll be half asleep. Oh, J-Ray, were you trying to use your Prime? The only thing I know to fix that is to just like keep refreshing, and there might be like a little grace period between when it runs out and when you can actually like reactivate your Prime. But yeah, just do it next time. No worries. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, Mr. Biscuit. You are the cutest little boy. You are the cutest little boy in the whole entire world. Oh my goodness. Get some rest, Ivy. So yeah, during the day tomorrow, I don't know if I'll stream. It'll if I'm up for it, I will stream, and we'll play more. I don't know, maybe we'll play Kingdom Hearts and all the excitement. Maybe we'll play more 14. I don't know. But I will keep you guys updated in Discord. I will keep you guys updated on Twitter, as always. Yeah, so thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you guys when I see you, okay? Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I will find another Final Fantasy XIV streamer to send you guys over to. Mr. P will be streaming Yum Yum Time at 7:08 p.m. So 8 after the hour. I will catch you guys over there on twitch.tv/F1Partisan for dinner. I think he's making fish tonight. It says fish fry. Take care, Tights. Bye, Green Luther, Miss Michelle. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you guys for everything. I will see you when I see you. And go with love, stay peachy, and remember to always love what you love. I love you. Take care. Bye.